Max and Min's dad recently flew to and from Perth in Western Australia for a business meeting. At home, the twins were waiting for their dad to get home from the airport so they could all have dinner together and discuss his trip. On the family notice board in their kitchen, their mum had pinned a note that said, "Dad's flight arrives 16:50. The numbers on the analog clock on the kitchen wall only went up to 12, like all analog clocks. So Max and Min asked their mum what time 16:50 was. "Well, kids," she replied, "there are 24 hours in a day, and analog clocks split the day into two lots of 12 hours. The morning or AM times from 12 midnight to 12 noon, and the afternoon or PM times from 12 noon back to 12 midnight. This is called 12-hour time. Digital clocks can also be set to give 12-hour AM and PM time, but they can also be set to give what we call 24-hour time, which is what 16:50 is. 24-hour time divides the day into 24 hours, starting at midnight with the numbers 0000. The first two digits on the left tell you the hour of the day. Just as with 12-hour time, an hour after midnight, there is 1 a.m., then 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., and so on until we get to 12 noon. This is where 24-hour time gets different to 12-hour time. An hour after noon, there is 1300, as it is called, which is 1 p.m. in 12-hour time. Then an hour after that, there is 1400, which is 2 p.m. in 12-hour time. 1500, which is 3 p.m. 1600, which is 4 p.m. and so on, until there is 2300, which is 11 p.m. in 12-hour time. An hour after that, when the hours reach 24 at the end of the day, back at midnight, the hour digits go back to 0. So with 24-hour time, there is never any confusion, for example, in a timetable or schedule, as to whether a time is AM or PM, which might happen with 12-hour time. The two digits on the right tell you the minutes of every hour, from 0 to 59, just like with 12-hour time. At the end of each hour, that is, after each 60 minutes, the minute digits go back to 0. "I get it, Mum," said Max. 9:20 would be 9:20 or 20 past 9 in the morning, and 14:10 would be 2:10 or 10 past 2 in the afternoon. "Yes, Max. Any time after 12:00 or 1200, as we say, is in the afternoon or night." "So, Mum," piped up Min, "after 12 noon, all we have to do is subtract 12 from the hours number and we will get the 12-hour time. For example, 1740 in 24-hour time is 5:40 p.m. in 12-hour time, because 17 minus 12 is 5. Correct, Min. It's handy to understand 24-hour time because it's used in lots of places, including airports and public transport. While the twins and their mum waited at home, their dad's plane landed right on time at 16:50. That is 4:50 p.m. or 10 minutes to 5 in the afternoon. It took him 20 minutes to leave the plane, have a quick snack, and find a taxi to come home. So it was 17:10, that is 5:10 p.m. when he jumped into the taxi. The taxi ride home took exactly 30 minutes or half an hour, so it was 17:40, that is 5:40 p.m. when he finally arrived home safe and sound. Max and Min and their mum were very happy to see him, so they all gave him a big hug and a kiss. I had a very successful meeting in Perth, their dad said with a smile, but it's really great to be home, even though I'm tired. How long was your flight, Dad? Asked Max. Well, replied their dad, right now in winter, in the eastern states of Australia, that is Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria and Tasmania, our time zone is 2 hours ahead of Western Australia. So the West is 2 hours behind us. This means that even though my flight was about 4 hours long in actual flying time, I landed about 6 hours after taking off from Perth. To make it a bit more complicated, in summer, New South Wales, Victoria and Tasmania have daylight saving time, which makes Queensland and Western Australia, which don't have daylight saving time, an extra hour behind us. South Australia is different again. Anyway, all this time talk is making me very hungry. Let's eat. And they all laughed. Practice changing between 12-hour time and 24-hour time. Now you can watch this video again or try the quiz and look at the chart that comes with this video.